Are you thinking about reducing the amount you put into your 401k retirement fund because money has been tight lately? Or maybe you're worried because the stock market keeps jumping up and down like crazy, so you're telling yourself, let me cut back for now and wait until things settle down. And you know what? You're not alone. According to the latest survey, 39% of American workers have already reduced or are considering reducing their retirement contributions. But here's what I need to tell you right now. Just because many people are doing something does not mean you should follow along. In today's video, I'm going to show you why this seemingly harmless decision could swallow up hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars from your retirement account. And more importantly, I'll tell you when it might be acceptable to pause your contributions, and when it's a costly mistake you simply can't afford to make. If you care about your financial future, please watch this entire video. Part 1. The Deep Dive. The Power of Compound Interest. All right, before we get into the specific numbers, I need you to understand a very important concept. It's called compound interest. Compound interest equals your money making money. Albert Einstein reportedly called this the eighth wonder of the world, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. Think of it this way. Imagine you pack a tiny snowball at the top of a mountain, then let it roll down. It gets bigger and bigger, faster and faster, and by the time it reaches the bottom, it's become a massive boulder of snow. The money in your 401k account works exactly the same way. Hugh Dunscombe, let me give you a real-life example so you can see this clearly. Let's say you're 30 years old and contributing $500 every month to your 401k. With an average annual return of 7%, by the time you reach 65, you would have approximately $830,000. Pretty good, right? Now let's look at the second scenario. You're also 30 years old, but you decide to pause your contributions for 5 years because, well, maybe you needed a new car, or wanted to take a vacation, or you simply thought, the market looks bad right now. Sounds reasonable, doesn't it? But here's the hard truth. After those 5 years of pausing, even if you go back to contributing fully until age 65, you would only have about $580,000. Do you see that? You lose $250,000 just because of a 5-year pause. $250,000. That's a house. That's 10 years of living expenses in retirement. That's peace of mind. And it vanishes just because you took a little break. But wait, that example was for someone who's 30 years old. What if you're in your 50s? According to financial experts, a 50-year-old who is contributing the maximum to their 401k, including the catch-up contributions available to those over 50, if they cut their contributions in half, they could lose up to $660,000 by the time they retire. $660,000. And here's the most heartbreaking part. The older you get, the harder it becomes to make up for this lost money. Because you've lost time, the most precious resource in investing. Daniel Milan, a senior financial advisor, put it this way. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. Those who pull out when the market drops often miss the strongest recovery days. And he's absolutely right. History shows that the market's biggest gains often happen right after its biggest drops. If you're not in the game, you'll miss those opportunities. Part 2. The behavioral trap. The psychology trap. All right, now we understand the numbers. But there's something even more dangerous than losing money. It's losing the habit. There's an old saying, old habits die hard, and this is 100% true when it comes to saving. You see, when you contribute to your 401k every month, it's not just about moving money around. It's about building a financial habit. Every month, money is automatically taken from your paycheck and put into your retirement fund. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to decide. It just happens. But when you pause, you break that habit. And here's the scary part. Research shows that once you stop, getting back on track is much harder than you might think. Nancy Gates, a certified financial planner, warns, reducing contributions can quickly become the new normal. And once it becomes normal, very few people voluntarily return to their original contribution level. You promise yourself, I'll start again next month. Then next month becomes next year. Next year becomes when I have some extra money. And when I have extra money, never comes. Now let me talk about something I call free money left behind. Many companies in America have a matching policy, meaning they will add money to your 401k based on how much you contribute. For example, you put in 5% of your salary, and your company adds another 5%. That's an instant 100% return on your money. There is no investment anywhere in the world that gives you an instant 100% return like that. None. But when you reduce or stop contributing, you're leaving free money on the table. This is money your company is ready to give you, but you're refusing to accept it. Doesn't that seem like a mistake you'd want to avoid? And there's another issue that many people don't think about: taxes. When you contribute to a traditional 401k, that money is taken out before taxes. This means your taxable income goes down. But when you stop contributing, your taxable income goes up. And if you're not careful, you could be pushed into a higher tax bracket. What does that mean? You're not just losing retirement money, you're also paying more taxes for that year. It's like taking one step forward and 2 steps back. Part 3. The balanced exit. Solutions and exceptions. All right, I know by now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but I'm truly struggling right now. Rent, groceries, helping the grandkids with college. Where am I supposed to find money for my 401k? And you know what? I understand. Life isn't always easy, and sometimes you have to make difficult choices. That's why I'm not going to tell you that you must contribute to your 401k no matter what. That's not realistic. Instead, here's the order of priorities that financial experts recommend. Priority number 1. Pay your essential bills: housing, food, utilities. These are survival basics. Priority number 2. Build an emergency fund, at least 1 to 3 months of living expenses. So when something unexpected happens, you don't have to go into debt. Priority number 3. Pay off high-interest debt, like credit card debt with 20 to 25% interest rates. No investment can make up for paying that kind of interest. Priority number 4. Contribute to your 401k, especially if your company offers matching. But, and this is the important point, if you must pause your 401k contributions, treat it as a last resort, not your first choice. And more importantly, set a specific time limit. Not pause until things feel more comfortable, but rather pause for 6 months, then reassess. Because when you have a deadline, you have a goal, and a goal helps you avoid sliding into bad habits that are hard to break.
So let me summarize what we covered today. 1.
Reducing your 401k contributions could cost you hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars because you lose the power of compound interest. 2. You don't just lose money, you lose the habit. And good habits are harder to rebuild than you might think. 3. You might miss out on free matching money from your employer, and you could be pushed into a higher tax bracket. 4. If you absolutely must pause, treat it as a last resort, keep it short-term, and set a clear deadline. Finally, I want to ask you one question. Can you truly live comfortably in your retirement years with hundreds of thousands of dollars less than you could have had? If the answer is no, then perhaps you should think very carefully before reaching for that Reduce Contribution button. If this video was helpful to you, please hit the like button to support this channel. And if you want to see more content about personal finance and retirement planning, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell. Leave a comment below and let me know what percentage are you currently contributing to your 401k? And are you considering making any changes? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.